This is a quote from Brene Brown's TED Talk that you can find online pretty easily. And we perfect most dangerously our children. Let me tell you what we think about children. They're hardwired for struggle when they get here. And when you hold those perfect little babies in your hand, our job is not to say, look at her, she's perfect. My job is just to keep her perfect. Make sure she makes the tennis team by 5th grade and Yale by 7th grade. Which, how pervasive is that in our culture? You know, we got to start them, you know, at age 3 so that they could be an Olympic gymnast by the time that they're 16. And this like pressure that we put on ourselves as parents and on our kids, that's not our job. Our job is to look and say, you know what, you're imperfect and you're wired for struggle, but you are worthy of love and belonging. That's our job. Show me a generation of kids raised like that, and we'll end the problems, I think, that we see today. And I think that message in so many ways is so tied to what we're talking about when we're talking about bullying. And being able to recognize when a child feels a need to engage in a pattern of behavior that is targeting another child or an adult who's engaging in a pattern of behavior that's targeting another person, then being able to recognize what that says about their own sense of worthiness and being able to look at how can we foster more of that for them as an intervention instead of heaping shame on top of them that's just going to make the problem worse by isolating them, labeling them, targeting them, punishing them. It's not to say there shouldn't be consequences. There's a difference there, certainly. But being able to do that in a context of, again, the guilt conversation. Here's what you did. Here's how others were impacted by that. What's your plan and of what you can do differently next time. And if you choose not to do that next time, here's what's going to happen. And being able to build a system around them that helps them find a deeper sense of belonging. So, questions, comments? A few minutes, in about 5 minutes, yes?
You know, a while back I was using the internet looking for some resources for a client, and I stumbled upon this YouTube link. And I think this speaks to how you started the presentation talking about kind of the punitive punishment approach that you have to bullies. Well, even though I'm professional, that was very cathartic in a very kind of disturbing way. Because this link was to a show that I guess was on MTV or MTV2 a while back called Bully Beat Down. Familiar with that? They take these individuals who've been bullied, and they get the bully, bring him in, and the bully is offered $10,000 to step in the ring with a professional mixed martial arts. And you know, as you can, your mind's already connecting the dots, but yet, like I said, it was a very primal, like, oh, you're getting what you deserve, blah blah blah. Of course, it's reality TV, so at the end of the 23 minutes, the bully apologizes and shakes hands, and I now realized what I was doing, but it was just a little eye-opening.
Yeah. And I'm sure they didn't do some sort of backstory on what happened or where each one of the kids was coming from or anything that would humanize that bully in the least. Of they're just the bad. Yeah, you're bad, and you must be punished and shamed and humiliated on national TV.
A young lady recently who was very much aware that she was bullying others. She was really sad about it in my office. But she was able to articulate that she didn't know how to stop, because that was her history, and she didn't feel like anyone else could understand her. And she also feared not being accepted by those she had been teaching. And so right away she's back into it, even though I know she's got a real struggle with it. So I think it's hard. I mean, I could talk to her all day. That her breaking away from her own perception of herself and taking that step is the biggest struggle for her. And I'm not sure she's really able to, with that kind of constant reinforcement, given her history of being
And I think going back to the bucket book, you know, when you've got kids that are leaving home already with an empty bucket, and for various reasons, you know, sometimes it's because, you know, they've got a parent already that's left for work, and so they're leaving home alone and having to get themselves to school, and they're telling me time. But I think, you know, for any child like that we're working with, the more we can connect with anybody in their system to help have as a resource, because, you know, just talking to us once a week or less sometimes isn't really going to be adequate if they don't have somebody else around them that can really reinforce that. So anyway, thank you all for your time and attention, and enjoy the rest of the conference.